the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm
jump in the stands, no man, man. Oh, jump in the hands, thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, put in the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate, I'm cocky.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Let's go. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Let's go now. 50 feet together. 8 together. 54.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They run for the first time with Justice Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
6 guys, check 6 guys.
He's checking crack.
From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Ready? 15 on it. 15 on it.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Powering forward, muscling free near the 40. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
51's Mike. Mike 51. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Get your swarm on.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check hot route. Hot. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Alert 3. Alert 3. Check. Lucky.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
Let's go now. 51-60 on. All day, baby, all day. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. Yeah.
They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to run with Ingram, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Third and goal, Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on. This drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Hey, here we go, here we go. What do you need? 11.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
Here we go.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. This is Coleman. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable for Thomas. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is?
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here we go,
the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I'm scared.
Here's the former Raven fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Here we go.
I can't believe what you play. I can't believe it.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You got tight. You got tight.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown to this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. Now Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. We don't see too many scoreless halves in football, not in today's day and age, and we're not going to see one here. We finally have points on the board.
Yeah, and it didn't come easy, did it? Because neither of these offenses really gotten out of the starting blocks yet. But that is definitely an important score right there. And who knows? The way their defenses play, that touchdown might even hold up until the end.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, Here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Breida to get the third quarter started. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run again with Breida. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and finally out of bounds just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there for the Niners. 62 yards. They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. It's Coleman here. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They will run again to Coleman. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's a fumble. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. To try again after the sack, Jackson.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Check three.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On first down, here's Breida. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now Gold for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Niners 21, Ravens nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively.
Here we go.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Check, check. Press. Match box. Right. Box, box. Squeeze.
Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Now Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Day able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Jackson from the shotgun. And now he'll tuck it and run. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Jackson operating from the gun. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. What do you need? They're going to need some therapy after this.
Check 31. Check 31.
21, 21.
50 seconds to Mike. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. Check 43.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Gold with the extra point, and it is 28-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Jackson flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.
A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson now. And an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Watch the screen. Pass. Watch twist.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go one more.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
You better bring. You better bring.
Watch twist. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch the backer.
Throwing again, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 20.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room and get the heck out? And that's caught inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So the victory here for San Francisco. And this was